Aries, how you doing? So, thanks for, I was nearly said thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. It's like, hello, thanks for joining. It's like, would you like to join? It's like, yeah, I'll join. It's like, can you join this? It's like, I mean, is it joining the gym? Something to do with gym. Oh, gym. Okay, I've been channeling a deceased loved one of also gym, but also the gym, physically itself. Okay, so these are not tarot readings. Sorry, it's very early in the morning, Aries. These are not tarot readings. This is not a tarot reading. These are channeled messages, and then we'll see if they relate to you in any way, shape or form. If you've just found the channel, then I can't explain it. There is something to do with around... Listen, I can't explain it. I just cannot seem to explain the words that I've got to say. Okay, so you're coming up with some sort of aggressive energy. Aggression, angry. Ooh, okay, angry. An agreement also. Anne, I'm also picking up Anne. Or Annie, or Anne Summers. Oh, okay, some of you could be into someone. Okay, there's two instances. Someone could be called Summer, or someone likes Anne Summers, or it's something to do with the name Anne. Okay, or it could be Summers, and it could have something to do with Leo, and it could have a lot to do with the family. Okay, but for a start, I'm hearing. It's like, do you want to join? It's like, yeah, I'll join. And this is either joining the gym, doing the gym, paying or buying or receiving in some way to do with the gym. But they keep saying, Jim, are you there, Jim? Jim, are you there, Jim? Trust me, I have channeled this gym. I have channeled Jim, right? But sorry, okay. So here we go. So I'm hearing, like, do you want to join? It's like, yeah, I'll join the gym. It's like, because it seems to be Jim. Some of you are just literally drinking Jim Beam, okay, or something to do with Beanie, the name Beanie, or Lambrini, and it could be something, or Lambrosco. I'm hearing Roscoe, Ross, the name Ross, or Roscoe, or Kemp, or Camp. Someone could be very camp. I'm also picking up camping. Someone could be camping. Someone could just be camp, okay? So we're going to leave the messages at that. Sorry, it's very early in the morning. I'm trying to grasp and say, let's have full energy. And I'm really picking this up as part of your energy, Aries. It's like 1 minute I'm like, you could well be overdoing it at the gym, or it's a spirit or something that is draining you. Something to do with draining. Drains. This could be, because I'm hearing Lorraine or raining. It's like raining. Reining it in, also to do with a Cancerian, something to do with reining it in and pulling back on the reins. Okay, also pulling back on the gains. It's like, well, we're gaining so much, but we need to pull back. So it feels like that you've got too much work. It's like, well, I've got so much work and too much work, I'm just going to have to slow down a bit and actually pull back on the reins and not travel so much. So a lot of you, if you're traveling and you're doing a lot of car journeys and a lot of traveling, it feels like that you need to slow down a bit, okay? So some of you, okay, hopefully this accident that just came out through the channel messages, hopefully a lot of you have seen it where I predicted a car accident. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to be you, I'm just saying something to do with, like, we're going to have to slow down a little bit. We're going to have to just slow down. Slow. I am picking it up though, slow. Go. So you could have something to do with Sagittarius, Virgo energies. Sagittarius would be more like slow, then go, and then Virgo energies would be more like slow, stop. So you've kind of got like a slow go here. So you've got go, slow, go. So some of you have, like, it could be a slow go and something that you're working on within a pattern to brand your company, okay? Because I'm definitely hearing slow, go, slow, go. Like, it's like on your marks, get set, go. So some of you are in competition. Okay, we'll break these down. For some of this that would just be the gym or competition, like a beauty pageant, or like competition at what they're saying, competition at work. Some of you could have competition at work. Okay. So a lot of you, you're striving to do the best you can, and you're very competitive, is what I feel, right? And that a lot of you at work, you might have this where there's quite a lot of people around you, and you're like, you know what, I'm so competitive because there are people that run around like headless chickens, maybe, and they're all kind of like, they're all got their own way of being, and you're you're doing what normal human beings do, and what I normally do is sit back, okay, and observe and look at people and think, man, and you do this competition thing. You think, well, you know, and there's someone that is kind of like, and they're all like, hey, hello, and they're all like full of energy. And it's like 1 minute it's like Jackal and Hyde, put it this way, Jackie or Jack and Hyde, or Jackson. Okay, but it's like Jackal and then hiding, and it's like 1 minute I'm really up, and then the next minute I'm really down, and then we're up, and then we're down, and then we're neither halfway up. We are neither up nor down either. So it's like, well, we're not up and we're not down. So some of you fluctuate around this, around competition, of where sometimes you can be bothered and sometimes you can't be bothered. And then some of this is around your energy feeling itself, where sometimes you can be bothered and sometimes you can't be bothered, okay? And it's this way that you seem to be as a feeling of like coexisting, of just like, well, life is life and life goes on, so we're going to have to start moving on, but we're going to have to pull back on the reins a little bit. So I don't know if you are like, some of you could be struggling with finances and this kind of thing, and you're thinking we're going to have to slow back on the reins a little bit, but by B, I'm hearing B, 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 I'm hearing B, 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 beep, 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 something to do with a Cancerian or a beep, beep, or, okay, hopefully it's not heart monitor. Okay, hopefully it's not heart murmur. Heart, I just died in your arms tonight. Okay, hopefully this is nothing to do with a child. I really hope not, okay? I really hope not. I have to give these messages out because trust me when I tell you that these can be things that you can witness in life, not physically happen to oneself. Have to get them out. My spirit gets very annoyed with me when I don't, okay? So the people that are very sensitive and the people that really do not understand this channel, the best thing to do is just go and find a cup and a fish. That might be coming up in a bit where I will explain. Okay, but I am hearing, heart, I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something he said. You should have walked away. I could have walked away. Something to do with around possible Leo Aquarian energy maybe. And I should have walked away, but it's kind of like, well, I should have done, but I didn't. And I didn't leave it. And it's like, I'm hearing that this is a discussion that you could be having with someone. Okay, and I am picking this up as a partner. Now, whether you're going through a twin flame thing or not, or whether you're actually in a relationship. But I'm hearing it as sorry, because I'm half forgot some of the messages I wanted to do first before this one. I can't ask you guys for the help because I'm talking to the camera. But it's kind of like this discussion that you're kind of having with someone, and it's like, well, listen, I asked you to leave it, and it's like, but you didn't leave it, did you? Why did you not leave? Or why did you leave? It's something around that someone walked away, whichever way it is, and it's like, well, you should have walked away, but why did you walk away? And it's like, yeah, well, I was out there for a bit and I was lost, and then I seem to have come back. So it's something to do with possibly around either an ex, your partner itself, or possible Virgo energies. And it's like, yeah, but why did you do that? I told you not to do that. So why is it that when I specifically say to you, look, don't do that, you do it again, right? I mean, you could really be dealing with someone that's controlling and narcissistic, because they do like to prod and point and like continue to force, you know. So whether you are or not, that's down to your individual lives. But I'm hearing that I should have walked away, but I couldn't do, like I can't. It's like I just physically feel like I just can't leave this. It feels like one of these rocks unturned type situations where, you know, it's kind of like, well, what's under this rock and what's under this rock? And it's like, oh, I knew I shouldn't have looked, but I did. Okay, so what is this about that I shouldn't have looked, but I did? It's kind of like that you looked at, they're saying something to do with someone's profile picture or something, And it's like, I wish I hadn't checked up and looked, because now I did, I actually found out something that I didn't like. Okay, so what this has got to do with, it might not be profile picture, because I'm hearing something to do with around profiling. Right, now profiling is pretty much when you walk into a bar or you walk into a place. Obviously people must know what profiling is. And it's like, okay, I dare you to go up and kind of, you know, psychoanalyze this person. I'm also hearing psycho killer, say, ba 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 ba, talking heads, but something to do with like talking. It's like talking. Now, unless this is related to the internet and it's talking, but it's kind of like talking, not talking, talking, not talking, talking, not talking. And it's this energy that I feel around you of like talking and then we're not talking, and then we are talking and then we're not talking. And some of you, this is around children though, and your family and your dynamic in general, okay, Aries. But I feel like that all that obsessive talking, because that is Chaz and Dave, there is a British old band. But rabbit, 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 rab, 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 rab. But anyway, I'm hearing like all that obsessiveness, like obsess, sesame, sesame seeds, or Sesame Street. Sesame Street, what's this? Something down your street. It's like, that's right up my street. Quality Street? I don't know, some of you could be going down a one-way street. You're going to success of, I'm picking up Capricorn energies, because it's in an old deck that I used to use. Do you remember? I'm not going to go into it because I'll forget the message. But it's a one-way street. There was a big card deck that I used to use, real big and colourful, okay? And the devil in it was facing a one-way street, and he was looking back and he had all this money. I think he had a cigar in his mouth, okay? And then like it said stop sign, and it was a one-way street. And I'm picking it up that it's something to do with like having to take a detour in life, and it's something to do with around Cancerian for some of you a lot, okay? And it's around this like, you know, I go up this road and then it's kind of like, oh really, I've got to waste my time doing all of this. We'll try and relate this to life. But it's like, really, I've come up against a one-way street. It's like, oh man, if that road was just open, or if it wasn't closed or anything like that, I could at least like go this way, and it would be so much quicker if I could just do this. But I can't. I have to go this way, and it's so annoying that I have to go this way every day. I don't know if you drive by a place that really winds you up and it's to do with an ex, because that would normally happen, where you have to drive by something every time, and it's kind of like you have this bit like, oh god man, can I avoid that place? Or it's like every time we go by it, it's like I have this like moment of where I'm just kind of like, you know, where you're like, snap out of it, right? And you do that within yourself, and you're kind of like, man, this place always brings back memories. Like it just brings back so many memories. And you know, when sometimes, I mean, I'm a life path 7, so I get a lot of my information fed to me when I'm physically driving, because I am in a chariot when I'm driving 7. So it's kind of like these moments that, you know, as humans, when we have that, you forget things, and all of a sudden something just comes up in your past. You're like, oh my God, you can remember that now. And it's like, oh God, it's such a bad memory. And then it starts to affect your mood. I mean, they do me, you know. And you can't get rid of these people. There is no way of getting rid of these, unless you want a brain operation, right? Okay. Bring up Nadine, or Dean, or Nadine. Neddy. I'm hearing Neddy. Did he? That's what I'm hearing. Did he? Sorry. Sorry, because when something just comes in, I have to like, right. But I'm hearing like, did he? Didn't he? Did he? Didn't he? Did he do it? It's like, yeah. It's like, or didn't he do it? And it's kind of like this clarity that you go in your head or something, and you're like, yeah, but did he do that? And it's like, he did do that, because I know he did, because he looked and he'd see something, or I see something. And it's like trying to get someone to believe that either one, what it is that you know, and it's just a memory that's having to be explained to someone because they wasn't there, or it was something physically that, well, basically the same, that you see yourself, and he was like, listen, you know, he did do that, he did do that, he did say that, or they did say this, or they did. Honestly, I swear I'm telling you the truth. And it's like, I know, you know, because I witnessed it, I was there, I see all of this happening. Some of you, it's just to do with that accident. Witnessed, silent witness. Something to do with silent, not talking to someone also. You've got Libra energy possible, but if not, the High Priestess. But I'm hearing like, I did see that, you know, I did see it. And it's kind of like where you call, some of you, it could be something like this, and you're called in and you say, no, listen, I did see it. And you're having to explain it from your memory, like you're having to like go over it and think, okay, so what can I remember that happened? And it's like, okay, and it's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. So it's all coming back to you now. It's all flooding in now. I think that that could be to do with an accident and a thing like that, and silent witness and court and situations. But it's like this, it's all coming back to me now. It's kind of like, aha. It's like it's all coming back to me now, like the floodgates are opening. You've had this purge and release of a momentary lapse of reason, of like possible breakdown or an awakening or like crying it out. And then when you do, that's when memories come flooding back, people. You know, you must have heard the old saying where it's like, yeah, but I don't want to cry. It's like, why? It's because when I do cry, I remember all of these things, and you bring up the past and you reflect. Oh, there you go. That's not a bad feeling. That's a good feeling. That's what I teach, you know, which is the cup. When this is full, okay, it's not either half full or half empty. It's just stuck. Pisces, you could be dealing with Pisces, water sign, Pisces, hangman. Okay, so stuck. So you've got someone that's stuck on your mind, right? So when you purge and release and let go, the floodgates come flooding out, and as they flood out, they flood back in, right? They flood back in. So these memories of what I used to teach are where, when we're young, we suppress all these feelings and we forget them. We go on with our lives and we're like, well, you know, just crack on with my life. Being the person that you're supposed to within 1 and 7. It's not the way you're raised. You're raised for a reason, to become the person that you are, as well as the person that was your parents, raised you the way they did because they were raised by someone before them, that was supposed to raise them that way, that are supposed to witness a load of things in life to put you on your path of either good, bad, sad, or happy. Everybody's different. Now, queerer than folk, people are strange, right? So because of that, you are supposed to be and designed the way you are through people that are designed to be the way they are. There's no changing people. It's changing their mind of a free will choice, but you soon get put back, right, in your place, right? So people are who they are for a reason, right? But generally here, these are memories that all get suppressed down. And then when it's half full here, we know that, well, we're getting filled up to the point where we can't take any more, right? When we can't take any more, purge of release. Breaking down and crying is just something that we're told not to do. Because what do you feel when you cry? Shame, guilt, fear, anxiety. After a while, I feel like a load has just literally been lifted off my shoulders, right? But here is where all these memories come flooding back, and you're like, aha, that's the hidden truth within me. Because I physically let go and let things out. Don't be afraid anymore of actually being able to speak the truth, and to whether I can speak or whether I can't. Whether I'm held against my will, okay? Could have something to do with a will or a bill, okay? Or a fill. Is it half full, or is it, well, actually, it's actually a full cup of coffee, to be honest. There's no water, well, there is water in it. Okay. So, I was just about to grab a cigarette and have a cigarette. Do you want to have a minute? Let's have a cigarette and a coffee. I think a lot of you are like that. It's like, listen, have you got a minute? Like, yeah. So do you want a cigarette and a coffee? And it's like, yeah, go on then, we'll have a fag and a coffee. You know, in Britain we call them cigarettes, fags, right? Okay. It's just, I've got, it's because straight. Anybody want to know a bit of British slang? Listen, this is not a sexist remark in any way, shape or form. People see it that way. But a cigarette, if you roll your own, they're not straight. They're kind of like, you know. Some of you could be dealing with a same-sex relationship. I'm sorry if I come across ignorant, but I will explain for those that don't know why British people call a cigarette a fag, right? I'm sorry. But it's because it's straight. It's because it literally is like that, where it is literally ironed out and it is perfectly straight. Okay, that's why. So they either call them cigarettes, fags, or because they're straight. Right, I'm sorry if it's very offensive for people. I really hope not, because it's not my intent, okay? But I'll just try it. I ain't got a filter, bro. I really haven't. I just speak. Some people either take me or rub me up the wrong way, okay? Or I rub them up the wrong way. But I'm, so where are we now with you, Aries? So I feel like, okay, so let's forget what I've just channeled off the spot. Is go away, come again another day. The old man is snoring or boring or something to do with like go away. I need to go away for a bit. Someone could be sentenced to prison here. You might witness or see within your life of like, I've got to go away for a bit. Definitely hearing that for some of you, okay, that have been dealing around someone that is very shady or something, or Sadie. But I'm hearing, listen, I'm going to have to go away for a bit. And then I'm going to have to come again another day. So I don't know. Some of that is prison. Some of that is like, I'm just going to have to leave and come back another day. Some of this is where you're leaving work because you've probably got loads of work on. And it's kind of like, listen, I'm going to have to be careful around leaving work. I'll try to get away from that. And there was, what is that for? No, they're not saying anything bad. Sorry, because I was trying to relate this to something, but it's like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to leave this for a while, okay? And I'm hearing it around work as well, where it is like, listen, I'm just going to have to leave some work because there's too much of it, right? So someone's got like too much work, and you kind of like that, I really don't want to turn it down, but I'm burning at a very short fuse here because it's making me angry maybe, or it's getting me to the point where I'm full up with work that much that I'm going to have to let some go, okay? And that is right. Some people have that much work that they're kind of like, I'm going to have to turn some of it away, which is, man, that must be devastating in order to do that. But I do feel for a lot of you that do this, where you kind of like, this is too much work now, I'm going to have to let something go, or someone, because it feels like that whatever it is, it's like there's too much now. And this is kind of like this build-up of through the coronavirus, and all of a sudden it's like, right, go, panic stations, let's get everything, and it all comes, and you're like, whoa, what the is just happened? Okay, be careful of a pile-up. Okay, they are saying that now. I'm sorry, guys. Be careful of a pile-up. Okay, because I'm hearing like this, go, here. Okay, so I've landed. Some of you, no. Some of you, I'm getting hot now, bruv. Calm down with your messages, Aries. Something to do with like, I'm landed, here's Johnny. Could be dealing with Virgo energies maybe. But like, I'm landed now. It's because I'm feeling like this plane crash. Oh, okay. Plane crash? A plane crash. Shit. Listen, if y'all think they're going on holiday, thanks, Dave. This is my spirit. Oh, shit. Okay. So I'm hearing a few things, okay. I'm hearing a plane landing, I'm also hearing a plane possibly crashing. Now, guys, this really can be something that you witness in your lives, okay? You witness this thing. But trust me, check out your sun, moon, rising and Venus and put the pieces together, okay? Something to do with pieces, or Pisces maybe, Pisces, or something to do with like, hey, here's Johnny. And it's like, oh my God, what are you doing back in my life? So something to do with that maybe, I don't know. Some of you could be dealing with an ex, maybe, because I'm hearing like this, and it's kind of like, I'm here, and it's like, whoa, where did you just turn up from? Okay, so I don't know if someone's coming crashing through the door, or like a car come crashing through the door. It could be the Betty Brooker story, if any of you were relating to 9, the Betty Broderick story, sorry, because I can remember part of that. See, when I watch something, Spirit will get me to watch it, right? And I'll be like, oh man, this is a bit... Now stick in there with it, Steve. Watch it before time, ahead of time, because there's going to be messages where we're going to give something to you that you can think, I was thinking this yesterday of why it happens, and it's the same of what I'm explaining to you now. That'll freak you out. So, something to do with, they'll give me to watch something, because then they'll give me a catchphrase, and I'll be like, that reminds me of the Betty Brooker story. Oh, what do you know? That's why we got you to watch it, because now we can give you a catchphrase that's going to relate to something that's going to relate with you. Okay, brief explanation. In part of that, she got so frustrated around the husband or the ex because he'd got someone else, because he'd got someone. So some of you are dealing with an ex, basically, right? And you could be with partner. In that, she got so frustrated through narcissism and control, the fact that it built up that much tension within them or her or him, that she decided to actually start up her car and drive into the front door. Now there was no, it really done more damage to her car than what, see, it could be this accident. Be careful, right? Just be careful. Just take caution, take precautions. Some of you could end up pregnant with someone. Take precautions. Like a caution. So, some of you could be dealing with a speeding ticket. Ticket. It's like, do you want a ticket? It's like, yeah, I'll have it for free. It's like, no, you won't, bruv. You owe me. So what do you mean you owe me? It's like, well, that's what tick is, bruv. You had that. I let you have it for a while. This is something to do with either a lease to let, drugs, alcohol and drugs. It could be related to that accident. Okay. And it could be like, oh, Jesus. How many more have you got to do today, Steve? 11? Not today. Okay. They're saying that this is something to do with around like ticking drugs and stuff like that. Ticking is like, no, you owe me. But some of this is, I owe you nothing, nothing at all. Cat amongst the pigeons, playing in silence, set of the night, no, broken traffic. I put that out a little while ago for someone, I think, something that came up, the Cat amongst the pigeons. I forget what reading, you'll have to check back in the catalogue. Something to do with around, it was that moving in silence, the dead of the night. Oh, and the wind beats in the air, a flash of lights, a twist of wind. Yeah, I think that is the Cat amongst the pigeons, right? That was actually my favourite Bros song, to be honest. Can't remember it, I'm half blowing it out. Something to do with that, right? And it might be to do with like leasing out something, or like drugs or alcohol. So be very careful, okay, around travelling. Be careful around an ex as well, of them getting wound up. So like I said, if you're dealing with narcissism, you're only ever involved when you get involved. Engaging in your karma, when you have karma, is because you're engaged to them. You could well be engaged to this person. Get them out of there very quick. Sorry, right, but man, I don't know if this is someone dealing with someone that is already engaged, and then the Yarlock could be coming up with a third party. But we're going to try and leave that for the moment, because wow, how long has this gone on? You engage in your karma, right? It's because you're engaging in it, so you're listening. When the person's not in your life at all, you're not engaging. When you engage in it, that's when you come up against resistance, because that's where you get wound up, because you are physically engaging with your karma, right? The Wheel of Fortune, destiny, you're engaging with your karma. Karma is not a good feeling. Dharma is, but karma isn't, right? Karma is shit, and karma feels crap. That's why it's karma chameleon, right? It's a joke, right? So you don't play jokes, you don't play tricks. If you're engaging in an energy with an energy that's engaging with you, you have to disengage in order to be able to not face your karma. Because you keep facing it, you have to face facts. You have to realise it's over and done. So you have to separate and completely and utterly step out of their way. It's reversed. People always keep saying about karma comes back around to get yourself when you keep engaging in it, when you keep forgiving or forgetting or just kind of like letting that go on. It's because you're engaging with someone. When you disengage, right, Johnny don't compute, right? So Johnny 5 is no longer alive. But don't know what that means. But you disengage from it, right? You disengage from your karma, because that's that you've learnt something. Boundaries, 1 in 7, you've learnt it, to disengage from people that cause drama, to bring it, right? It's like, well, bring it on. No, it's not a fight, right? You have to physically disengage with the person all of the time. Solicitors, lawyers, a go in between, someone that puts a wall up between you and the person, and they can't get through to you, which means block everything everywhere to do with anybody or anything, so you don't have to engage with this person. Social services, solicitors, lawyers, a goddamn brick wall if you have to, right? But you have to disengage from this person if that's how you feel you want to, because the more you're engaging with this person, you're actually engaging with your karma. To learn the lesson, you have to disengage from it permanently. That's where you know that you've got it, because you have boundaries, 1 in 7. Right, so we're going to leave it at that, Aries. They are your intergalactic messages. I'm physically not going to do it right now, but it will be out, okay? From the 15th until the 30th, which will be your tarot card reading. So this is for everybody, okay? But if you want to support me, and you want to go over to Patron, that's where you get your tarot readings. Okay, that'll be the 1st, the 15th is there, the monthly's there, the question and answer should be at some point this month, or it's already out. And then you also get the card reading from the 15th until the 31st, is what I haven't done yet, but I am going to be. And they will all be out around that time. But I want to get these messages out for people. But obviously, if you join now, it's on a month-by-month basis, pretty much. So you get a whole month, and when you pay, you get a whole month worth, okay? So if you do join, you obviously get access to what the tarot card reading is going to say. And then we're going to go over some stuff and see what actually happens for that. But anybody that really does like, share, support, all that kind of thing, Aries, I really do appreciate it. Get this out to your mother, to your father, to your dog, to your sister, to your brother, to your mother, to their mother, to a dog, to another dog. If you can get this video and this channel out to everybody else, that's satisfactory enough for me. Okay, and I appreciate it if you can do anything. Okay, guys, but they are your strange intergalactic messages. Nanu 7 signing out. Like I said, everything is below if you want to reach out for a personal reading or anything like that. Okay? All right, Aries, thanks very much. See you soon.